Wednesday night, discussion night. Hopefully there's a few of you out there listening and just loved the episode. That's good. I did wonder whether I talked it up too much, and then because that can happen, and then people become slightly disappointed. You've never seen Moonbeams, Judy? Oh, you're in for a treat, and you might find out why so many people love this episode, Moonbeams. No spoilers, of course. We won't do that. But I think I'd be surprised, Judy, if you don't like it. But that's no pressure on you, Judy. You either do or you don't. But so what was that? Yeah. So yes, as always, if there's any particular scene you want to watch, I think I might do that just now. Let me think. What scene? Let's see. Shall I go for the obvious one to start? Again, if you were here the first time I streamed Expiation, you'll know what I'm going to say about this scene. But yeah, I think it's again, what's nice about, even though this Expiation is chronologically only the fourth episode. Drank that too quick. There is that nice, what happens all through Lewis, I think, for most of it anyway, is we're seeing what roles Lewis and Hathaway play in the relationship. We see things happening that shows how their relationship is adapting to the situation, because they're both pretty still new to each other. And I think the scene, I've got no Kit Kats left, I'm afraid. Sorry, Terry. What's it? Well, if I win the lottery, Terry, I will do that. But unfortunately, yeah. So I'm sure you know which. Well, actually, I mean, the episode where they're on the staircase, there is quite a few scenes in this where it shows the growth in the relationship. Because I suppose the penultimate scene where Innocent's talking about how they're a royal pain in the ass, and the way they react to each other, I suppose that as well. Well, not suppose, it is showing how they are relating to each other, not just in Lewis saying if Hathaway is demoted, then he'll go with him. I think it's just the way they interact with Innocent, and they're becoming, very close in that way. Oh, outside the headmaster's office, of course, there's a lot of comic elements to it. You've got, as I said, the penultimate scene with Innocent. You've got outside the headmaster's, where the headmaster thinks they're a gay couple, and Hathaway says, "Daddy, I think we should tell him something." Yeah, absolutely, Kim. If you don't mind, Kim, I'm going to show the hall scene first.
Psychology. The drama of the moment.
Left hand.
Married women throw away the ring.
That's true, Candice. I think you're right that Lewis and Morse's relationship was much slower. There's little bits in most episodes, but I think you're right. It did develop more slowly. I don't know, what do you think? Just watching, as I have that scene many times, I just think that Hathaway, the way he doesn't look at the body, and I'm wondering how much of that is a combination of showing respect, because of course of his past, as he does to other dead people. He bows his head, his arms behind his back. Or is it a combination of that, showing respect, and being slightly disturbed by the situation, with the body hanging like that, because obviously Hathaway is still fairly new to the whole thing. The Hathaway learning from Lewis as well, especially about the wedding ring, and I have read that before about women who commit suicide. They take off all their rings, anything that meant something to them, engagement, wedding rings, anything like that. Even I read once, I read more than once, but read that anything that had an emotional feeling to it, or tendency, or background, like a watch. I was reading, it was a part of the piece I was reading, saying a woman was found, she'd taken not just her rings but her watch as well, and because the watch had a dedication on it from her husband, so she'd also taken that off. There's a spoiler answer to that, Chris. Oh. Yeah, I suppose, yes, we need to be careful, of course, what we say. That's very true. Oh, yeah, the glasses is the other thing as well. I think both men and women do that as well, Judy, yes. I wish I could remember where I read. It was quite a few years ago. It was a very good article. I can't remember where. It might have been the Times newspaper. Trying to think. But yes, glasses are, but that's for both sexes apparently. Men and women take their glasses off. Maybe just don't want to see what's coming, if there is anything after. Terry asks, how the heck did he know about the knife? I think he might. Yeah, it's almost like a sixth sense. Yeah, I think he just knew. He knew the cutlery was on the table, because in that scene you noticed when Stoker goes to write out some notes about what he wants to say, Stoker picks the knife up. It makes a slight noise when he picks it up. So I think the professor has heard that. We'll just show that just to you'll see what I mean. Yeah, there's that slight noise, and it's enough for him to hear it and understand. He's taken a knife or a fork, I imagine, but a knife would make more sense. Yeah, but I thought, and it also was good to see, and it was Phoebe Nichols who played the headmaster's wife. Let's see. Yeah, Phoebe Nichols, who played Caroline Croft. Nice to see, and a nicer role, of course, than she did in Endeavour, where she played wonderfully the villainous mother of Susan in Endeavour in the Lazaretto episode. But yeah, it was nice to see her in the episode as well. But like Morse, there's so many good British character actors in Lewis as well. Why does Lewis then make the headmaster open the headmaster's car trunk or boot? That's actually a good point, Masonic. That scene, because I'm not sure. I mean, Lewis just happens to be walking to the school when he sees the headmaster putting something in his boot. But what did Lewis think it was? I have to admit that's a good point, Miss. I'm never sure as to what Lewis thought the headmaster was hiding. So I've always wondered, because Lewis doesn't say at any point to Hathaway or whatever, I'm looking for something. Does the headmaster hiding something? Yeah, I suppose he's putting a huge trash bag, but why would Lewis think it was a bad thing? I mean, he couldn't think it was a body or something, or did he think? Yeah, I'm not. I must admit, I'm always a bit unsure about that scene. And of course, in real life, of course, the headmaster would not need to open it. Not need to open it without a search warrant coming from Lewis, and the headmaster then could just leave while Lewis waited for the search warrant, which I doubt would come. And then the headmaster, but because we know television crime shows are never accurate as to police procedures. Lewis, because Lewis could never have thought it was sex magazines. Oh, he does use that for leverage, Kim, absolutely. Or was that what he's looking? Maybe it was. Oh, was that what he was looking for on the headmaster? Of course, because the headmaster refused to give details about the children. So was Lewis hoping then? He was chancing his proverbial arm that maybe the headmaster was hiding something that Lewis could use against him to make him give the details about the children. Yeah, that's a good point. It's a good point, Kim, that maybe that was his whole... He just got lucky seeing him with a black bag, putting it in his boot, and Lewis thought, this is something I could possibly use. Oh, Aaron, sorry I didn't see you earlier, Aaron. Welcome, Aaron. Yeah, would Morse have blackmailed the headmaster in the same way? I'm trying to think if there was a similar situation in any of the Morse episodes. Where he does something similar. Part of me thinks there is actually something in the Morse series where he did something. Is there not? Am I misremembering? But anyway, if there's not, would Morse... I'm not sure if Morse would do that. Part of me thinks Morse would have done it if he thought the ends justified the means. I can't think of another time if there's a more of a blackmail type thing. Oh, well, there was that situation, of course, in The Way Through the Woods, when Morse implies, but I don't think he would have, that he would tell the professor's wife about his taking erotic photographs. I don't think Morse would have told his wife, but Morse implied, if you remember, that he would. We didn't get more information out of the doctor professor about his taking kinky photographs. So that's a sort of blackmail there, I think. The glamour photos. Thank you, Miss Son. That's the word I was looking for, the glamour. So he sort of blackmailed him into giving him more information. But I don't think Morse would have told the poor wife. He's still trying to get over the daughter's death. Anyway, yeah, so thank you everyone for joining me tonight. Sorry again for being late. What we'll do, of course, is I think we should finish off with the scene, the penultimate scene with Innocent. I don't think we can go without watching that.
If Mallory had let go, you wouldn't be looking so bloody smug now, would you?
Not smug, Mum. It's just the unfortunate shape of my face.
Everyone, have a lovely rest of the week. Have a lovely weekend. And as I said, I'll see you on Sunday. Good night and enjoy your cake if you have any. I'll need to go and buy some. Night, everyone.